is on how to do 3x3 equations, featuring all the way from the Greek alphabet chi upsilon zeta, aka x, y, and z. All right, let's get into it. So the equation that we have is this, or the equations that we have. We have the first one being 2x plus y equals -4. We have -2y plus 4z equals 0. And then we have 3x minus 2z is equal to -11. Now, the first thing that I would recommend is spacing them out like this. All your x's are in one column, all your y's are in another column, and all your z's are in a third column. This way, it makes it easy for you to identify like this y and this minus 2y. Like you can see like here, this one's -2, this one's 1. What do we need to do with them? Over here, if you have 4 and -2, you know that, well, this one, if you made it times 2, you made it -4, then you can add them to, and then you can cancel them out. It just helps to visualize things, because the whole idea of what we're going to be doing here is we're going to be manipulating the equations and multiplying them or dividing them, and then adding them with another equation. So at some point, we're going to add equation 1 and 3, or 2 and 1, in some different version of how they currently look. So these three equations right now, there are no easy solutions as to what to do first. Sometimes you'll have the first one being like plus 2y, and then right below is minus 2y. And then you clearly would just add the two. But all we need to do to get to that is just multiply one of these. So what I'm going to do is probably do that. Yeah, so I'm going to be referring to these different equations as equation 1, 2, or 3 for now. And if I change it, I'm going to refer to it as like 1a or something. So we're going to keep referring to equation 1 as this one, and so on. So let's do equation 1 times 2, and then we'll get 4x plus 2y is equal to -8. And then let's add that to 2y plus 4z is equal to 0, which is equation 2. So let's do 1 plus 2. All right. So the reason I'm adding 1 and 2 is because these two will cancel out. So I'll just get left behind with 4x plus 0 plus 4z is equal to -8. All right. I'm going to call this my new equation number 4. Okay. So I'll be honest, no matter how many times you do these problems, sometimes you do things that are completely unnecessary, but may be helpful. So my second tip after it's organizing things in the X, Y, and Z columns is to just play around. This is the only time that I can really think of that math is just like, just try it out. If you make a mistake and it's not helpful, it's okay. You don't have to do the whole thing all over again. And sometimes when these get hard, the best thing to do is just try things out. It's not always obvious if something is going to be helpful until like 2 steps down, so don't think about it too much. Just try it, keep moving. So we have equation 4. What I'm going to try and do is this. So I see that we have 4z here, and we have another 4z here. So I'm going to subtract equation 2 from number 4. I'm going to do 2 minus 4. Okay, so let's bring down 2. So we have minus 2y plus 4z is equal to 0. All right, so this time we're going to subtract them. So we get 4x plus 2y is equal to -8. Okay. All right, so this is probably another useful equation. I'm going to call it number 5. And what I'm seeing is this. These equations, number 4 and 5, are both equal to negative 8. So what I can do is this. I can set both 4 and 5 equal to each other. So let's say 4 is equal to 5. And then that way I can get rid of the 8. Maybe this helps. Let's try it out. So let's do this. 4x plus 4z. Okay, I'm going to break my rule of having everything in the x, y, and z column because I'm having 2 equations here. So let's do this. 4x plus 4z is going to be equal to 4x plus 2y. And the reason I wanted to make this equation is because this. I have 4x on this side and on this side, so I can cancel that out. And what I'm left with is 4z is equal to 2y, which, if you simplify it, you can divide this side by 2 and that side by 2, and then you get y is equal to 2z. So let's just circle that over here. That may be a helpful thing to substitute. In general, our basic idea of all this is we're trying to manipulate the equations to get rid of some of these values. So we just have like 2y is equal to this number. And then we can say y is equal to something. And then we can substitute that value for y into here. And then we can also then solve for x. And then when we have x and y, we can put it into some equation and then solve for z. So if we can substitute y or 2z for something, that helps. So, okay, I'm seeing this. Follow me here. Y is equal to 2z. So that means that negative 2z is equal to negative y. And if I add that equation with this, I'll just have x. So let's try that. Okay, so 3 with y. You don't need to do this. I just like doing it just because sometimes I forget what I'm doing. And it's also helpful just to be able to go back and be like, how did I get this equation? Okay. So 4 or 3 with y. So we're going to have 3x minus y is equal to negative 11. And then we're going to add 3 plus 1. Okay, so I'm going to bring down 1 here, plus y equal to negative 4. Okay, add them. You get 5x, 0, that's what we want, is equal to negative 15. Okay, if 5x is equal to negative 15, that means x is equal to negative 3. All right, we're coming along. Okay, let's see. Okay, so if we have, we actually have a value for x. I don't know. I'm just seeing this. My answer key says x is supposed to be equal to negative 1. But I just got negative 3. Let's just go with this whole thing. Let's see what happens. Even if I don't get the right answer, you'll at least see the general steps that I'm doing that you can apply and do it properly. So now that we know what x is equal to, let's substitute that into here. And then we can solve for z. And then if we have z, we can solve for y. So let's go. And, okay, so I'm going to say 3 with x. See, I should have wrote that before because I forgot what I was doing. Okay, so 3 with x. So 3 times negative 3 minus 2z is equal to negative 11. Okay, so that means negative 9 minus, let's call it y. Is equal to negative 11. So that means y would be going to this side, y, because we want to get rid of the negative, right? So plus y, okay, and then plus 11, so plus 11, cancel that. Okay, so that means y is equal to 2. And then we know that what y is equal to, so that means that z would be equal to 1. Okay, cool. Thank you for watching. I hope that made sense. And if not, don't worry. I'll make another part 2 where I'll do another equation just to make sure that you can really see the process. All right, cool. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.